So guys, on Monday, this thing decided it was going to get stuck in the yard on me. I had to move it out to work on another car. And the weather wasn't too bad when I moved it out. I was working on the other car all night. Started snowing, so I was like, hell, let me get this thing back in here. And yeah, it said no. So after doing some wire probing, my little test light figured out the push start button had kicked the bucket, which is kind of irritating because it's a nice little push button. So I rigged up some hot wire BS to get it back in the garage. I'm about to get this thing fixed for real now. We'll see how this goes. Alright, we're about to get the starter wire off now. Let's see if I can get you down in here. Alright, see that? Oh shit. Let's do it by hand maybe. Oh yeah. Can I get it without dropping it? That's the real question here. I feel like it's gonna fall. Oh no. Oh no. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah, dropped it. Alright. Oh, got that off. Retrieved it. Oh, this is nice. I just noticed this starter wire is completely melted to the header. So that's always good for starting. Got all our paneling off here. Got our carpet folded back and exposed our spaghetti tangle of wiring. Came over here, so this was the push button start. About to take that off there. I'm gonna put it back on the column here for now, and then I'm gonna probably use, well, this button's no good, but I'm gonna put this button that I use. This is good. I'm gonna put this in here for the torque converter lockup. That'll be all right because I don't want no empty hole in my dashboard, so that'll work out okay. But right now we're about to drop the column down and get the wire for the old keys on here and get that wired up. The old two-stepper pepper out the way. Okay, there we go. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not mistaken for sure about this, but this is our ignition switch. But what I need is a purple wire coming off here, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not even sure what the hell this went to once upon a time. But we're in here and get this purple wire coming off here. Tap into it. Correction, I do remember what this is for. This was a neutral safety switch. We got our new wire in here in the ignition switch. It's right there. So that's where, okay, from the factory, this would have been a purple wire coming out of here, and that purple wire runs under the dash through another wiring harness and then comes out under the hood and then goes to the starter. But that wasn't in play because we had the push button start, so that was empty at the time. So we got a new wire in here, new terminal, everything's back together. We're about to put this stirring column back up, and then test our new wire and see how that goes. So here's a new starter wire. We gotta get a terminal on it. Probably get some wire loom on it, some type of heat shield, something like that, and get that wired up. But I want to make sure and test this, make sure we're getting power to it like we should before I get any further into this. All right, need you guys to help me here because I can't see. So we got my little test probe hooked up to the ground. We got our new starter wire hooked up to the test light. So keep an eye on that for me. We're gonna see if this thing lights up. All right, so keep an eye right there. Thing should turn red. Yeah, you know what would help if the battery was hooked up. That would probably help the test. So let's hook the battery up and try it again. Probably help our situation a little bit. Jeez. That test wasn't going to go very well like that. Alright, let's try this again. The battery actually hooked up. Did it turn red? Oh my god, you weren't even watching. Since you guys were no damn help at all watching that, I had to do it again by myself, and I found out it was blinking. So we're good to go there. I'm going to put my terminal on, get some loom on it, some heat shield, something, and then get that thing put back up on the starter, and then we'll give it a test. So I hit my stash of old little loom. We found definitely a couple pieces that'll work. We can get repurposed for this situation. It'll work just fine. So we're going to get these on here. Maybe throw some heat shield on top of them, and then get our terminal on and get this thing bolted up. Got the wiring spaghetti mess all cleaned up, everything patched back up. So about to see how it does. All right, so we definitely got action. My eyes are almost watering here from how friggin' hog rich this thing is. Got the garage door open. I only let it idle for like 2 minutes, and it, whew. But yeah, everything's good with the wire now. The starter, it turns over every time. Everything's good with that. And I also ran a new cable from the junction block to the battery, so I'll show you guys that here in a second. And everything else is pretty good. Other than that, it's turning over every time. So I think we solved that mystery. Hopefully tomorrow, if the rain stays away, we get this thing out. I want to get it a bath and take it out and, you know, get some, I don't know if I want to get a whole tank of gas, but I definitely want to put a little bit of gas in it and run it around a little bit and see how it does. But other than that, that's about it. So stay tuned. There's the new battery cable I ran from the junction block. I'll show you the old one. It's in rough shape. Terminal pretty much fell off when I took it off, so yeah, but looking a lot better now. So that's the new guy.